5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're now tuning in to Way Gaming Podcast, hosted by One Way Soldier. We answer your gaming-related questions and talk about gaming-related topics. Now available on major platforms like iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and others, helping you game with a better understanding.
Hey, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode, or rather the first episode of True Way Gaming in 2022. My name is One Way Soldier, or you call me Carl, and here on True Way Gaming we answer your gaming-related questions and talk about gaming-related topics. And on this first episode of the year for True Way Gaming, I invite back on two guests onto the show. First, Caroline.
Hello.
And then the second guest, Tony.
Hello.
There you go. And then before we get into the topic of this episode, I wanted to first sincerely apologize to you listeners. I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. Me and my family actually have been sick for the past 2 weeks. So these past 2 weeks I have not uploaded an episode of True Way Gaming. I didn't want people to think that, oh, that's it, the show's over or anything. I just been sick to the point where I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't do what I'm doing now, sit down and having a conversation. I was all jacked up, so I wanted to sincerely apologize for that. But thank you for sticking with me. And again, True Way Gaming, I already have a couple of episodes for down the pipeline, and it's going to be awesome. The year 2022 is going to be amazing stuff for True Way Gaming. And on to the episode. And Caroline, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about Microsoft Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
Oh, so exciting. Oh my goodness, so amped. Literally when I woke up this morning, right, and I did some stuff, and I think like an hour later, I got a notification on my phone, and it's Tony sent something in the group chat. Tony, and I looked at my phone, and I was like Scooby-Doo or something. It was crazy. And then, yeah, exactly. And then Microsoft, Activision, Activision Blizzard is part of Team Xbox, and
oh yeah,
this is literally a scenario or a situation where it's a dream. It was a dream for me for this to happen. And I think literally the last time we had I think I had a conversation with you, Tony, about this. We're saying, you're like, nah, it's impossible. No, it's not going to happen because, Activision, they have so much stuff. They're making bank, especially with this Warzone alone. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And and when you said that to me, I believed you. I was like, you know what? I could agree with that, but that's something that I wish that could happen. And today, man, January 18th, 2022, just bam, like the impossible became possible. Praise God. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. And
can I tell you how I saw it?
Yes, I was going to ask that.
This morning, I was at work, and then I just checked my phone, and it was on Reddit. And at first, it said rumor, Microsoft looking into acquiring Activision Blizzard. And that already was like, my heart sank. I'm like, what? What? I clicked on it, and then I'm reading what other people are posting. And then another person posted, it was like an updated poster, like, Xbox confirms it. I clicked on that, and then we want to welcome the new partners, whatever, however they worded it. And that's when I knew I had to send it to you guys. It was crazy. I still can't believe it. This is the biggest day in gaming history right now.
Dude, my heart.
It's crazy.
Yes, dude, my heart. Oh my goodness, so many. And Caroline, what does this news mean to you personally?
First, my initial reaction when I read the headline is, yes, that means I don't have to pay for Overwatch 2. It's going to come straight to Game Pass. And but like overall, I'm so excited. I'm a huge Overwatch fan. I think that's the game I've played the most. If you were to look at my playtime recorded, I think my number one is Overwatch. And they just have so many great games in their catalog. So this really is like no hype or exaggeration, a momental day in gaming history because and then for myself as well, it's like, oh my goodness, all of these amazing and classic games. And in his statement, Phil Spencer even said, we're going to work to bring all of these games to Game Pass. So specifically as a Game Pass subscriber, I feel so much excitement. It's just tremendous bang for my buck in all of the games that are going to be added.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, some exciting stuff. And wow, Tony, what about you? There's more that I want to talk about, and something that I'm curious to hear both of your answers for. But what does this personally mean for you on a personal level?
I hope it means something slightly different because personally, I don't play any of these games that they publish. No, I don't play any Blizzard games. I don't play any Activision games.
Not even like Tony Hawk.
Well, yeah, Tony Hawk.
Carl and I bought each other Tony Hawk, and we haven't played it in a while. We haven't played it since we bought it.
But now they have free skate, so we need to play it.
Yeah, true.
Online. So
I used to play Activision games a long time ago when they were making the Spider-Man games. I played almost all of them. But yeah, now I'm hoping, and maybe we'll get into it later some more, but I'm hoping that under new management, under Phil, under Matt Booty, under Xbox, they can use these studios. And I want Matt Booty to go to these studio heads and say, are you interested in a new IP? Have you guys been thinking about anything creative that you might want to try out instead of just Call of Duty? And then I want Toys for Bob to tell them something. I want High Moon to tell them a new idea. I want Beanox to tell them a new idea. Infinity War, sure, they could keep doing Call of Duty. They're not going to drop Call of Duty, but I'm hoping
less than the crunch time on that.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's going to be its own topic. Carl, I know you got probably a lot to say about Call of Duty, but
Are you guys still there?
I'm
just
here.
Yeah.
There he is.
Okay. That's weird. Looks like it's cutting off. But yeah. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wrapped it up there. I just want these studios to show what they're capable of. That's really what I want in the end.
Xbox does a... Oh, go ahead.
Instead of just making Call of Duty, because Activision Studios, ignoring Blizzard, they do their own stuff, but Activision, they have 5 or 6 studios and they're all making Call of Duty.
Yep.
I would want that to change. But yeah, go ahead.
The good thing about how Xbox handles their game studios is they allow that. A lot of times in their ID at Xbox program, so they already have experience with handling, but just on a smaller scale, studios, they allow for growth and new IPs. And even with the acquisition of Bethesda, we have a brand new IP. It's not like your next Elder Scrolls or a Fallout. They're creating a brand new IP. It's going to be exclusive for Xbox, and that's already super exciting. And I think that that's not a far out idea than what's going to happen with this Activision Blizzard acquisition. I would love to see some brand new IPs being birthed because of this whole merging process.
Yeah, also, wow. And Tony said gave a few names of studios that are now under Xbox's umbrella, and I have a list of them here. And 2 of them in particular really was like, well, actually 4 of them, but a lot of them, but I'll explain it. Yeah, so right here, the list is: we are incredibly excited to have a chance to work with amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Blizzard, Blizzard Entertainment, Beanox, Demonware. So that's not my number 1 right there. Like, whoa. Digital Legends, I'm explaining why. High Moon Studios, Affinity Ward, King, the people that make Candy Crush, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, the people that make Prototype and other stuff. Raven Software, that was my number 2. Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. So, there's more. But in particular, me, Demonware and Raven software stood out to me. And why I say that is, again, you guys know, listeners, that I'm a retro gamer. And one of my favorite games, I have a lot of favorite games, but I'm a big fan of first person shooters. And one first person shooter that I cherish in my heart from back in the days, early 2000s. I think the first one came out in 1998, and then the second one came out in 2002 for the original Xbox. And that is the Soldier of Fortune franchise, the Soldier of Fortune 1 and 2. Raven Software did that. And then sometime later for the Xbox 360, Soldier of Fortune Payback, which was the least, polished one and favorite one, that was made by Demonware. But in other words, with this deal, going by what you both said, I hope that again that my hope is like, the Phil Spencer says, all right, what are some games that you guys want to work on? What do you guys want to work on different IPs other than Call of Duty or something? Because Raven Software and then Demonware, they always assist with Call of Duty Warzone, or they always, especially Raven Software, they always assist. They were always an assist studio for Call of Duties, just like Sledgehammer. You know what I'm saying? And I remember not too long ago, by I think late 2021, there was even talks of Activision closing Raven Software. And now Microsoft comes in like the hero and scoops up everyone, and boom, now when the deal closes officially, but now they that studio is saved, and they make some of the best legendary shooters, man. Raven Software,
We saw
software,
Raven. Okay.
Raven, yeah, and Demonware.
Raven made one of my favorite Activision games.
I was gonna say Singularity.
Yeah,
that was another thing that this means. Now
Yes.
it's possible if that team wants to, we could see a Singularity Part 2. Like Activision has so much IPs underneath their belt, and with this acquisition, it's like now we get to see these games that Activision tried back in the day. We could see a rebirth of the franchises or a reboot of these IPs that they got underneath their belt, and it's crazy. It's crazy exciting to think about, especially Singularity. Oh my goodness, that game is so underrated. I mean, right, Tony? We always talk about it. We always talk about, man, why is it not backwards compatible? Right? It's
Carl, that's what I'm thinking, man. You think they'll add it to Game Pass or something? You think they could pull a miracle and have this backwards compatible? Like, why couldn't they bring it before? You think they could do it now? That they bought Activision Blizzard?
I know they have to do it now. Okay. What I mean is, Microsoft made it clear that the backwards compatibility program is pretty much locked down for now. Like, they added the last list, and hearing this announcement too, that was also in the back of my mind. I'm like, man, is it possible that Microsoft goes, on second thought, we're gonna add a couple of more games, from our IP list, like Singularity. I was trying to think about other games. I had a couple of ideas.
Well, but, I think it's possible because they said, remember the reasons? It was like technical restrictions, like licensing and just like contracts or whatever. Yeah, legal restrictions. I'm hoping Singularity falls under legal, and now that they own Activision Blizzard, now it's a possibility. Now they could go back and say, hey, we could add some of these games.
Praise God. Dude, if they do add it, two things. One, I'm streaming this. I want to make this an event. And two, we got to get back on that multiplayer, because that multiplayer I truly enjoyed. The soldiers versus the monsters. I love that. And again, I also hope that it becomes backwards compatible, but we might even get a sequel. I hope we'll get a sequel, because that game was brilliant. It wasn't just a mindless shoot 'em up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that had, to me, a lot of brilliant puzzle solving mechanics as well. And
it was secretly a horror game that you didn't tell me about.
What, you want to explain that story?
Yeah, it's not a long story. It's just Caroline, I don't know if he told you, but like, Singularity, it's been a while since I played it, but yeah, it's just like heavy sci-fi. It just is a first person shooter, story driven, and then there's a multiplayer thing. Okay, game to me, and I think you lend the game to me, or
Yes, I
I
did.
think you tell me to buy. Did you lend it to me?
Yeah, because I had 2 copies. I
Oh,
still do.
okay. So he let me borrow it, and then I'm playing it, and this game is freaking me out left and right. Like the music and the sound effects are so creepy and scary. There's like parts where you're like swimming underwater, and then a dead body just floats up in front of you, and then there's a huge
Oh my
loud
gosh.
musical cue. And yeah, and then the monsters all sound really creepy and they jump at you. And then I think like the next day I tell Carl, like, dude, he didn't tell me it was a horror game. Like I'm getting so freaked out playing this. And I don't think it is considered a horror game. Like if you look it up, it's not gonna say horror game, but I think it's pretty scary. But I love it.
Yeah,
It's
in the
great.
beginning.
Yeah.
Any comments, Caroline?
No, I'm looking it up right now. I just wanted to like get a visual of what he was saying. And the first screenshot that like showed up on Google Images is these like creatures. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. That's scary.
No, what I love about that game though, it's a shoot 'em like I said, like this sounds contradictory what I said, but it's a shoot 'em up, but it's also like there's also brilliant level designs in the game as well in terms of how you traverse, and you have a little device in your hand that you could restore time, or it's not like Prince of Persia where you sort of rewind time, but you sort of travel through time in levels, and it's really dope. But what I love about that game is that there's also big boss battles where you have to fight massive creatures. I think there's literally one level that it's like one of my favorites is like you're in a train, and this train is like hanging off the track, so to speak, and then you got this giant ant looking monster, you know what I'm saying, that he's trying to kill you and stuff like that, and you gotta shoot him when you're within the train. It was really cool level, and there's just other major bosses, but it's just so well done. The shooting feels fantastic. The boss battles are awesome. The enemies are, they look good. They don't look like bland enemies. Like everything looks inspired in that game, and it's just
And the story's great.
and
The story's
yeah,
really good too.
and it has multiple endings. It has 3 endings.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually.
Yeah, and it's real heavy, those 3 endings. So it's, to me, yeah, it's a masterpiece. To me, it's a masterpiece, and we've never seen it again. We've never seen a sequel. We've never seen a remaster, so to speak. And then again, Soldier of Fortune. I remember that game. I do believe won the award years ago, like early 2000s, for one of the most before Manhunt. It won the award of the most graphic, like bloodiest games, because in that game,
Wow.
literally, you could shoot people's limbs off, shoot people's
Yeah.
heads off. You have a knife, for example. You could legit chop up bodies in the game until you see the bone. Really graphic stuff. But of course, the graphics are like old, so it doesn't, it doesn't look detailed like Mortal Kombat 11 or something. But yeah, it added, not to sound like a psychopath, but in other words, it added a realism to warfare. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see.
Added. Yeah, I think about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. One thing, the reboot, 2019 reboot. What I like about that game is it captures the dark side of war. We think, oh, you shoot guns and run around the battlefield, but there's more to that. There's heavy consequences of war, and that's what I like about the Soldier of Fortune, franchise. So with this acquisition, I really hope Phil. Hopefully, he played this years ago. Because part 2 was exclusive to original Xbox for a little while. Soldier 42 Double Helix, and I really hope that they go, you know what, Phil, can we make a remastered trilogy or something? Can we reboot the franchise? Because that's just, I don't know. I still have both games, and I love them, and I encourage any first person shooter fan, that's an adult, to definitely dive in and play these games. I definitely recommend it. It's awesome. And another thing, I don't mean to sound like all over the place, guys. Forgive me, and don't be afraid to slow me down, so to speak, if you need me to.
Slow down now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding. Keep going.
No, one thing that with this acquisition, immediately what I thought of, a lot of fans when what's that studio called? Toys for Bob, or
Yeah.
Bob for
Mhm.
toys. Oh, toys for Bob. Okay.
Bob for toys, that works as well, but that's different.
Toys for Bob.
Like bobbing for apples, except you're bobbing for toys. Anyways, go ahead.
um, I remember there was a huge backlash against Activision when Activision pulled that studio from making DLC content for Crash Bandicoot 4 and or making more games like that and had them strictly work on Warzone. There was a major backlash in the community because
Very recent.
again, very recent. Yeah, I would say middle 2021 or early 2021 or late 2020.
I think it was early 2021. Well, around there, but yeah, it's still the wounds are still fresh.
Exactly, and yeah, because again, first of all, making a sequel, official sequel for Crash Bandicoot, after many years, that's awesome. That's awesome. We saw that, and again, they did a fantastic job with Part 4. They did a fantastic job, and also just remaking Crash the trilogy, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. You know what I'm saying, for current platforms. I think they also did. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they also help out with Tony Hawk?
I think
Or
so.
was that B-Nox? I'm trying to remember who did Tony Hawk. But in other words, when I saw this acquisition, because people were like, yeah, that's awesome. They completely remade Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But what I see constantly again and again in forums and on Reddit, on Twitter, people ask about, okay, since, can we please get a Tony Hawk Underground remaster or remake? And with this acquisition, and Phil Spencer, he's in the loop. Matt Booty's in the loop. I hope because of this, I know they are not forcing the studios. Hey, we want this made. It's up to the studios. But I know with this acquisition, hopefully there's a outcry from the community of gamers, and hopefully they'll go. You know what? Let's do it now. We have the funding. We could do it. Let's make a Tony Hawk Underground remake 1 and 2, and or bring it back to backwards compatibility or something, because the Tony Hawk Underground, and I agree, I played it, to me is definitely the best Tony Hawk game I've ever played, hands down.
Really?
Underground,
Better than 1 and 2?
yes. Have you ever played Tony Hawk Underground?
Not much, no.
No,
It's
I only
special,
played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
It's special. Tony Hawk Underground. Oh my goodness, it's so dope. It sounds weird, but it's more than skateboarding. Just put it
What
that
is
way.
it? A way of life?
It's a lifestyle.
You wouldn't get it, Mom.
You get to be the board.
It's oh my goodness, it is so, like, it's Tony Hawk. You get to create your character from scratch, whatever like that. But it has, how should I say? There's like in that game you could. It's sort of like open world. It's open world, and there's even like how should I say, missions that people give you. Even if you talk to them, and there's like, for example, there was this one mission where this dude was like, hey, I need to move, my car. I need to move it, and I can't do it right now. Can you do it for me? Literally, you're driving a car. And it's like a street racing car. Yeah, no lie. Yeah, you're driving a street racing car, and you have to like race in it or whatever. There's you could get off your skateboard and interact with different things. There's moments where I think there's like guys chasing you or something. I remember there's a mission like that, and you have to run away and get on your skateboard, and you have to like it's like a real action scene. It's really dope. And then there's also I'm trying to remember another one that I'm trying to think of. You could just do so much crazy stuff in there. I think you could legit even drive a helicopter, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you?
Whoa.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's more than skateboarding. And
He just created like, I don't know, GTA before GTA 5 or whatever.
yeah, like I'm telling you, like it's not. I'm not. You don't snuff people or anything like that, but it's more than skateboarding. It really is, and the story mode is cool. The story mode is really cool. I'm trying to remember. I can't really remember specifics in terms of story, because it's been a long time since I played it. But man, it's something that we need on current generation. We definitely need it. and I'm pretty sure it will sell if they remade Underground 1 and Underground 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need it back.
Or I have some worries though about the possibilities of bringing back these dormant IPs.
What worries is that?
Well, I think. Well, I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you think it's a high possibility that they're gonna allow these studios to do like the freedom to like make whatever new IP they want, or go back and remake the old ones or whatever? You think that's a high possibility, and you think that's why Xbox and Microsoft bought them? Or do you
I think
Caroline, you wanna
that
answer? Okay.
I think the first one, well, just in my opinion, I think the primary reason for purchasing was to acquire their current catalog of games for Game Pass. But then also, I don't know if we're going to see a Call of Duty factory. I do think that I think it's more probable that they're going to go the route of new IPs or remastering older, more popular IPs than just the Call of Duty factory. I think that they want to implement some change. Phil Spencer, I think specifically, in my opinion, he's all about games, and he's a guy who loves games. Like when it comes to the varieties, I don't think he's just going to want the same, like he's going to want Call of Duty every year or something. He's could probably I think there's a more likelihood of new IPs or re-released or remastered than the Call of Duty factory.
Akar, you think this too?
Me, obviously I could be wrong, obviously, because I don't work in the studios or anything. But in my opinion, I'm pretty confident that we're not going to see Call of Duty every year. I think that cycle is going to stop. I think honestly, we're gonna see Call of Duty, obviously, but I think literally Phil, because the report to him, if the studios need more time. One thing that I always see a developer in an interview, they always say, man, it's like a race against the clock every year with Call of Duty. And literally, I think because of this acquisition now, I think we're gonna see like Infinity War, but hey, we need more time, or we're trying something here, and we need more time. And I think Xbox will be all right, no problem. Just take your time, we'll delay it. Especially how much IPs Xbox now has underneath their belt. I don't think that will be an issue. I think we're gonna see Warzone continue, but I think Microsoft is gonna help out with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're gonna send engineers to help out, with that, keep that going. Obviously, that's a major moneymaker. They ain't gonna let that go. But in terms of Microsoft Call of Duty yearly, I think we're gonna maybe see it every 2 years, or what I'm saying. And I think if Sledgehammer, for example, or Treyarch, hey, we've been running this game a long time. We want to do something else. I truly believe we'll see Microsoft. All right, cool. Whatever you
That'd
want.
be crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Sorry?
when was the last time Treyarch made something besides Call of Duty?
To the top of my memory, I think. Man, I just had. Did they make a Spider-Man game?
I was just gonna say
Web of Shadows, right?
Nah.
No, they didn't make.
That was Beanox,
like
I
that.
think.
What you said? Nah.
Nah.
Ain't taking my money, right? Not playing.
Man.
Man, we gotta look that up now. But I know
I'm on it.
Yeah, we're on the same page, though, Tony. I feel like
look up a Treyarch's
I got history. Are y'all ready?
What is
They've
it?
made Call of Duty every year. Well, not every year, but they've been making Call of Duty straight since Call of Duty World at War in 2008. So the game right before that was 007 Quantum of Solace.
Oh,
Carl, you
that
okay?
was 2008.
That's why I love that game. I love that game. Oh my god! But I forgot.
Did you hear that too?
I heard it. I heard the beep.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! They made Call of Souls. That's why I love the dang game. Oh, I love
And
that game.
in that year, they came out with 3 games in 2008, and it was first Spider-Man: Web of Shadows, and then
That was a great
00
one. That was a
yeah,
great one.
and then 007: Quantum of Solace, and then Call of Duty: World at War, and then after that,
And World at War was great too.
after that,
Yeah.
it's all Call of Duty.
Praise God. Okay, but oh man, I'm so happy I was right though. My memory's not going. I was like, wait, they did Web of Shadows, right?
It's not
Praise God,
going.
okay. Yes.
All right,
Yo,
but
Call of
this
Souls.
this get because there's so much to break down here. But let me get to my first worry. All right, it's
Wow,
interesting that you think Call of Duty won't come out every year. I think that's also a possibility, but I'm sure Microsoft wants a return on investment. Call of Duty is enormous. It sells incredibly well every year. Even the worst selling Call of Duty, like we spoke about, the worst selling Call of Duty is amazing sales for any other game. Like even like Sony first party games. It's on their worst year. It's outstanding sales for any other game. So to not have it come out every year, they're leaving a lot of money on the table. But that's what gets me thinking. All these Call of Duty support studios, because I'll consider Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer. These are the trio that definitely make Call of Duty. Everyone else is the support, right? Raven, Beanox, Toys for Bob. Everyone else, they're just helping out with Call of Duty now. But in order to keep up this fast pace Call of Duty, pump it out every year, do they need all these studios? Like, did Activision really need all of these studios on just Call of Duty to keep up with the demand? Or were they just putting them there were they just like not taking advantage of their true potential and just like throwing them on Call of Duty because they had nowhere else to put them? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they need all those studios to keep up with demand, or
No. I honestly,
No.
no, I truly believe they don't.
you think Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer could keep pumping out a Call of Duty every year on their own?
On their own? Wait, you're asking me could they, or you're
Yeah,
asking me would they?
Could they? Could they? Like now, with how long game development takes now, you think they could?
Oh, could they? Oh yeah, absolutely. With the financial backing of Microsoft and Microsoft to help out, they can. But I personally, again, I could be wrong.
You think
but
they won't do it though? You
I
think they'll
believe
space it out
wholeheartedly
longer?
they will not do it. I think they hands down will space it out longer, and I won't be surprised if legit. This may sound off. I truly believe. I know they want to return investment, but I think Warzone is going to take that. I think
That's
they
true. It
need
does make a lot
to
of money.
take. Yeah, and I think if they have support studios just handling that, whatever they choose under the belt, if they keep that going, that's their moneymaker right there. And plus Halo. But then I also think about in Infinity War, they need to keep on Call of Duty. I mean, I see them doing like obviously letting them have their freedom on IP, but in 2007,
Someone has to make Call of Duty. If
yeah,
it's not Treyarch.
2007 though, with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare, Activision changed the game, like changed the franchise. Like Infinity Ward made it blew up.
It became what it is now. It's
Yeah,
a
because of Call
household
of Duty
name
4.
because of Modern Warfare.
Exactly. And Infinity War, the original team that did that game is at Infinity War now. They made a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. I think 6 of them actually. The 6 of the founding team, so to speak, is there. So I think that they need to stay on Call of Duty. But I don't think, and again, it's strictly my opinion here. I think they could, Sledgehammer Games especially, they could say, yeah, do what you want. Treyarch, do what you want. And we just keep Infinity War.
Only Infinity Ward. That's gonna. I think that'll be like one Call of Duty every 4 years at that point if it's one studio.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is that a new major entry, Infinity War can run that. Because I remember years ago. Remember when they were making the Call of Duty remasters, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remastered?
Yeah.
And I remember reading from, technically, it was never confirmed, so to speak, but it was a leaker that, and behind the scenes, Activision stripped out the multiplayer for the remake, praise God, or the remaster, because they didn't want that to, they didn't want the audience to be split from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 to to the remaster. They felt like people were gonna leave that and just go
They'll be
straight
competing with each other. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there was even rumors of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 remastered, of them deciding should they just put the multiplayer in that, or and making that. So if those studios want to do that, now that they're underneath Microsoft's umbrella, and they could do a remastered trilogy or something. I know this is far fetched here, but it's possible. I think we're gonna see the remastered of 3, and possibly the multiplayer from Modern Warfare 2 remastered coming back as a free to play thing or something. And again, that could be their moneymaker alongside Warzone and Infinity War every couple of years. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thinking.
Yeah, Warzone could pick up the slack. But what I'm thinking also is this is all to bring up Game Pass subscribers as well. Imagine if they do keep Call of Duty every year. That's a guaranteed first-party game exclusive to Game Pass every year, consistently. Just how they have this whole time. And I know their goal, remember how they mentioned at least one game every quarter? Now with all these studios, now they have like 30 plus studios, they could definitely hit that. But if Call of Duty keeps up the consistent yearly release, you have one guaranteed Call of Duty every year, one guaranteed exclusive every year on Game Pass day and date. And I don't know if they'll let go of that.
This is definitely very interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know. I think that's true. I mean, how many Call of Duties they could put on Game Pass right now? It's a lot.
10, 12?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That fills
Yeah.
up
A lot.
a void. Yeah, that fills up a void that literally people could tap into. You know what I'm saying? And especially beginning of next year, they could put Call of Duty. It's rumored that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming out this year. That's going to be put on Game Pass. I know that.
I think if they did this sooner, they would have had Modern Warfare 2 as... Oh, do we all agree that it's going to be exclusive? Right, there's no doubt about that.
Oh,
The
Call of Duty?
Yeah.
No, I
You don't think so?
I truly believe it's
maybe-
not.
Maybe in a couple of years.
Wow, okay.
I don't see it immediately.
Oh, no, not Modern
exclusive.
Warfare 2. I'm saying in the future. When
Yeah,
no.
the deal closes.
When the deal
No.
closes, I don't think it's going to be exclusive. I think the net profit of having it go to all
Mm-hmm.
systems is way outweighs having it being exclusive.
Me too. Yeah,
I agree
personally
with that.
think-
They're not going to get 30 million units sold just on Xbox and PC. But
Yeah.
I do agree that they're probably going to leave Warzone to be the multi-platform and then keep the singular Call of Duty titles exclusive.
There's an article on
Mm, hard.
Kotaku where the author made a comment saying, like, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard to be a game maker for them. They're not going to just leave them, like, down the line to keep making universal games without making some exclusives. Like, they didn't purchase them for that reason. So it's almost inevitable that we might see or it's inevitable that we're going to see an Xbox exclusive Call of Duty at some point. But I don't think that that's going to be the immediate thing right now.
I don't know.
And Carl, you don't think it's going to happen ever?
I don't think. I think that shuts the door to a lot of money right there, making it exclusive to the Xbox and PC. I mean,
You don't think
obviously-
Warzone could pick up the slack?
they're losing out because I know, because Warzone, yeah, that's gonna bring a lot. I mean, it's free to play. That's gonna, that's everywhere. That brings a lot of numbers in. But for them to make, all right, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, for example, I know it's coming out this year, but just for the sake of, or Black Ops 5, whatever, Call of Duty Black Ops 5 exclusive to Xbox and PC. I don't
Isn't it
see
Cold
how
War
it's
Black Ops 5?
profitable.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cold Warriors.
I get where you're being. I get where you're
Yeah. Well, yeah, Black Ops 6. You know, like I think if they shut the door on that, I think they're losing out on too much money. If they shut the PlayStation out, a matter of fact, to be honest, because it's acquisition, I honestly think we're gonna see a Call of Duty come out for Nintendo Switch. I know that sounds hilarious, but I believe Nintendo Switch is gonna get some action now.
That could happen, but yeah, it'll be like when Call of Duties came out on the 3DS. You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Yeah.
significant,
Yeah.
and the Wii U and stuff.
And Microsoft has a good partnership with Nintendo right now. They do, especially with this. I mean, it's literally, well, it's basically confirmed, but it still falls underneath rumor. The 007 GoldenEye remaster or remake that's coming out. You know, Microsoft, I do believe behind the scenes they need okay from Nintendo to do that. Just because that was their IP, you know, or you know that game. So yeah, so in other words, I think Call of Duty is coming to Nintendo Switch, but I don't know. I personally don't think that Xbox is going to do that. I think what game that they will make exclusive to their platform is like Diablo or
Overwatch 2.
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
that's crazy.
Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. You know what? That makes more sense to me. Overwatch 2. Because don't get me wrong, it makes a lot of money and it's multi-platform as well. But Call of Duty though sells tons more than.
But here's what I
Overwatch,
think.
you know what I mean?
I think they are gonna do Call of Duty. They're gonna lose a lot of sales, but that's not the game they're playing anymore. They're playing Game Pass, and they want subscribers. And they
Oh,
announced
yeah.
25 mil.
Oh yeah.
They're at 25 mil right now, and they want to go higher. And Call of Duty will do that. Day one, well, regardless, if it goes on PS5, it's gonna come on Game Pass day one, regardless. But imagine you could only get on Game Pass and PC. That's gonna bring in a lot of subs. And I think that's what they want. More
Yeah,
than
but,
anything.
100%.
I think we had a conversation not too long ago. Right now, like we had a conversation about Game Pass. Is it profitable for them right now? Like, are
Not
they
yet.
make are they make exactly? And I think, you know, they're still lost or at a loss right now, so to speak. And
Phil
I
Spencer
don't
keeps
think,
saying sustainable. We don't know what that means. Sustainable will literally mean like they're not losing anything, but it's hard to believe that they're not losing because you got to invest a lot of money to keep the games flowing in and out.
yeah, and I think but you think making Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox and you know PC Game Pass will like rack up the Game Pass by millions? Are you
Yes.
sure? Because it
Yeah.
reminds me of that thing too, where you said like, you know, I remember, you know, it's not a game, but Skype was popular once. When Microsoft brought that, you know, it was dead. You know, and then what was that other thing? There was other game. Oh, Rare, for example. Well, Sea of Thieves are doing good. They have a fan base, but you always see people say like, man, ever since Microsoft bought Rare, for example, you know, it's like they're not what they used to anymore. You know, they're
That wasn't during the Connect days, but now Rare is doing arguably better than ever.
right, but people, you know, they still want like Banjo Kazooie. We haven't seen a new Banjo Kazooie in a while. Now they're hoping that Bob, Toys for Bob, right?
Yeah, they could be
You know,
that brings back the match.
yeah, like they're hoping that studio will bring back Banjo Kazooie and you know, other games. But I'm not trying to stray from the topic here, but I don't know. In my opinion, I don't personally, I don't think Microsoft will make Call of Duty exclusive to that platform. Me, I wouldn't mind it. I have an Xbox, you know, and Game Pass. We all do. So I think that would be dope. But at the same time, I just think they're losing out on too much money. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they make 7 million. They sold 7 million copies on the Xbox platform, and then just 1 million on PlayStation. No,
Yeah, it's actually
it's a
more than
lot.
half. More than half on PlayStation.
Exactly. And I think, you know, why not just day one Game Pass and Call of Duty and have it on other platforms?
But couldn't you
know?
also say that they'll be losing out on a lot of money if they don't keep it annualized?
If they keep it. Well,
That's a
I'll say,
potential 30 million units a year.
what was it? Yeah, but I think they personally won't do it. Part of the reason is because of crunch. Developers suffer a lot of crunch to reach that goal every year, from the different studios. So I personally think Microsoft won't do that because of that. And um again, they're making, I know what you mean, but I think when they give developers time to develop Call of Duty, not go back to the roots, so to speak, or try something new, whatever, to the drawing board, I guess. With the Call of Duties like Infinity War, they have more time to expand the series, and Treyarch, whatever, whoever they're gonna keep on Call of Duty, it's a thing where the wait is gonna be worth it,
I think
especially
that
now. Good.
I was gonna piggyback off that a little bit. I would argue that by not having annual Call of Duties, that would raise the amount of units sold. Just like how, I mean, look at GTA, highest selling game, and then it's only on the fifth one. And how many times has it been remastered, or like not remastered, but ported
Yeah,
and things
ported.
like that? So, the the fact that I think the reason that 30 million is still high, but I think it could be higher because people like myself, people like Tony, who we don't play those games,
Not
we don't
gonna
buy
hurt.
those games. But like just for an example, we don't
I
play
know.
those games or we don't buy those games because we say it's the same game every year. But if the studio takes the time to develop it, takes its time with it, puts some unique creativity and care into it, then those players that are like, hey, you know what? This is the new Call of Duty now under Xbox. I want to check it out. And that could drive, and like waiting 2, 3, maybe years for it will drive up sales even more because it's like, this one's going to be different. This one's new.
Yeah, there'll definitely be an excitement for Call of Duty after you have a chance to miss it. Or any game, actually. If it's
Yeah.
been gone for a while.
And it gives people the opportunity to try it versus it being like, oh, it's the same game as this, or it's still broken, or things like that. Because like one of the Call of Duties I played, I can't remember the name off the top of my head because there's like 20 of them. But like
We can identify it. What was in the game? We'll identify it for you. You can't. That's it. You can't even describe the difference between
you
Call of Duty.
shoot. It's not.
You aimed out sight.
You aimed out sight. I think it's the one with Warzone. It's not Cold War.
There's a scene where a helicopter blows up. You fall on the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah,
You raise
yeah.
your hand in front of your face.
It's like you were there. But like I stopped playing it because it had so many bugs. Like sometimes it'd be like, oh, you can't come in, like you can't join, and it was just a mess. And even though the game's
This
at
is
the
still
core,
too vague. Still too vague.
well,
Oh, you talking about Call of Duty
insert.
Modern Warfare 2019? That's the last time I played a Call of Duty with you.
Yeah,
we played Spec Ops together. We played
that's the one.
co-op.
That's
Yeah,
the
so it's
one.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare
So many
2019.
bugs.
Oh, really?
And then we had an error like mid Spec Ops. Remember, like disconnected from server. We'd be like,
Oh yeah, we were at the end. Yeah, we were at the end, and yeah,
we
we
were
fought
at
hard.
the end.
Yeah, I remember Caroline's reaction. Oh
Oh my
my god! Oh my god!
I have never been more upset playing a game than in that moment. It
I never
was
heard Caroline rage until that day.
absolutely terrible.
Only Call of Duty could do that.
Only COD. Only Call of Duty can do that to me.
Hey, legit, I think you hung up the hat after that. I think you
I
were like,
did.
"Yeah, I'm done."
Yeah, I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed upset, but I'm going to bed.
And I
And
never played Call of Duty with these sons.
yeah, it was that much of a polarizing experience, but I attribute that to how quickly they have to crank out these games. And then
Right.
they're so busy cranking out these games that they can't support the game when it comes out. Because it's like, all right, start working on the next one. And it's like, wait, this game has bugs. Doesn't matter. It sold 30 million units. Let's go.
So that's the thing that
And-
takes me to my original concern. 3 main studios are making Call of Duty. So theoretically, they have 3 years to make a Call of Duty. And on top of that, with support studios. So let's imagine how long Call of Duty would take to make when you drop Treyarch and you drop Sledgehammer and it's just Infinity Ward. And if you let Toys for Bob if you let them do like, a Crash 5 or whatever, and they suddenly don't have the support studios, how long will it take to make a Call of Duty now? 5 years?
No,
With
not
no
at
crunch?
Not at all. Not at all.
How long? How long do you think?
Let me see.
All right, so assuming
not-
all right, so Activision.
I'm gonna look up their history. Like, what's the history of their games?
So so every year a studio takes a lead. So for example, Infinity Ward started it, right? And then next year you had Treyarch. The year after that, Sledgehammer, and then the year after that, Infinity Ward.
Mm-hmm.
So when they removed Sledgehammer out the equation once upon a time, and Sledgehammer was a assist studio.
Well, they were never in the picture once upon a time. You're right. It was just a back-to-back 2 studios.
Yeah, and that was 2 years. So that was a 2-year development. When Sledgehammer joined, they had 3 years. So, and I think,
Yeah, you're right.
So,
you're right so far.
Yeah. So in other words, it's back to Infinity Ward. They had 3 years to develop this game.
Right.
So, and this is Activision, and Activision, how should I say, they went all in on Call of Duty because that's their moneymaker. Call of Duty, what was it War of the Warcraft and Candy Crush? You know what I'm saying? Like, how should I say? This may sound weird because they have a lot of money, but compared to Microsoft, this empire, Activision is smaller than that. Activision Blizzard is smaller than that. And again, Microsoft legit just has obviously not only all of Bethesda, but they even have these, engineers to assist other studios. They could provide their support. They could provide the support, and I don't. Yeah, I think we could see Call of Duty, maybe every 3 years.
Okay.
Or even if they wanted to, every 2 years.
Yeah.
But that's just me because they have the manpower, the money, the studios to do it. Even though Activision, they did send like 4 other studios to assist with,
Yeah, and which Call of Duty was it that they had to pull
software.
Treyarch? Which one was that one? Do you remember?
They had to pull Treyarch from assisting.
Yeah, like they asked Treyarch for the assistance to finish up. I forgot which. Oh, wasn't it Modern Warfare?
It was no, it was Vanguard, because Treyarch, they did the zombies. Treyarch, they did the zombies for Vanguard.
Okay, and it affected Cold War because you even told me you have to download like the frame rate pack, and you got to download the settings pack, and you got to download, like, it barely made it to the finish line. You got to download the HDR pack.
Oh,
isn't that the game?
Well, for Cold War, my bad. Yeah, Cold War. Yeah, because that game launched with, I think, 5 or 6 maps at launch. It caused Xbox Series X consoles to crash. There was even a report of a couple of people their consoles broke because of that. And it was a disaster. And like you said, you had to download the ray tracing pack. You had to download Concept Pack 1, 2, 3, 4. You had to download the campaign pack 1 and 2. You had to download the multiplayer pack 1, 2, and it was just
you're like
nightmare.
Building the game like a Lego set.
They're building it after launch. They're laying down the tracks as the train is going already.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it hurts my heart as a collector, as a video game collector, because legit in the future, and it's just, I'm not trying to get to another conversation here, but when Microsoft 20 years from now, all right, we're going to shut down the Xbox One servers, right? I have a useless disc. I have a disc of, I don't personally own it. I didn't buy a physical copy of it. My aunt purchased me the digital version. But if I were to purchase the disc, you know what I'm saying? And 20 years later, I have a disc with an incomplete game. And there's no way for me to, without me modding it, of course, or something, I can't play that game. You know what I'm saying? Unless I own it digitally, and obviously I still have the game downloaded onto the console. But that's what I hated. I hated that, and that's how much of a mess they were. But Vanguard, though, I think it's the same way. It's not like, you download. I think it's just Content Pack 1, 2, and 3, and then everything is. It wasn't a mess. It was actually a functioning, working game at launch with Vanguard. Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so but back to your original question here. Well, Microsoft's financial support, studios, engineers and stuff to assist, I personally think no more than 3 years. No more.
And you think one studio could do it? Infinity Ward.
I think
Leave them on Call of Duty.
to develop campaign, like to develop the story and multiplayer.
Right.
And the other studios just work on Warzone. I believe they could do that. But we're probably going to see.
3 years is a quick turnaround now, if you think about it. It's not the average anymore with how, the high demand of these games now.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, think about how long it's taking studios to make games now. Like, look at any Sony first party studio, except for Insomniac, because they're like miracle workers. I don't know how they crank out their games, but every other studio, if you think about it, is around 4 to 5 years. But yeah, and I make the joke myself about Call of Duty is just copy and paste, just like right click save as, and but it with what we demand of games now, it's taking a little bit longer than just 3 years. I think 3 years used to be the norm, but it's not anymore. And I know Sean Layden has even spoken about that too. He said like games are getting too big, and this was after he left Sony. Like looking back and seeing what problems need to be addressed. He's saying like the games are taking too long to make and they're too big, and we need to focus on making shorter, more meaningful experiences. And yeah, I think that's even one of the reasons why Microsoft is buying so many studios, because of how long these games take to make. You need more studios to fill in the gaps of time. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I personally think that the pandemic really damaged a lot of studio time with a lot of
definitely.
studios.
But this has been increasing before that. Even before 2020, yeah.
Norm 5 years? No, I respect
4 to 5 years, yeah. If you look it up, look up like follow any franchise besides Call of Duty, because they obviously found the formula. But
I think about Assassin's Creed. I think about Assassin's Creed Origin. A year or two later, you had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then.
But that's another example of Ubisoft, who has like thousands of developers who have multiple studios working on different games as well. But I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Think of one. Pick one studio, and that usually does a franchise. Like think about Uncharted, or think about God of War, or think about Halo.
I'm thinking about like BioWare. BioWare with my Dragon Age. It's been a long time since a Dragon Age came out.
And yeah, these could all have like their own stories. We could find, like whatever reasons why they're taking longer than others. But yeah, it is taking longer to develop these games. They're becoming bigger, more demanding. You need higher textures. You need better frame rates. And yeah, it just does take a little bit longer. But I do think that they could do it in 3 years, but it is gonna need a lot of help. Like if you're saying,
I respectfully disagree. I think 4 or 5 years. I think that's a lot of that's a healthy amount of time. So they could polish out whatever bugs or whatever like that. But even if a studio did a game in 3 years, I think that's still obviously depending on the size of the studio. I think that's enough time as well. I was trying to think of an example. I was gonna say God of War, but I forgot it got delayed last year. It's coming out this year, but I think that's because of the pandemic is what affected the studio time on that. And then my example with Assassin's Creed, every 2 years they were pumping out Assassin's Creed game, and because their studio has a lot of people, but Microsoft,
that's what I'm saying. It's not from
one
studio.
I'm sorry. Like you talking about the Ubisoft. Man, I forgot the studio's name.
Montreal.
Ubisoft Montreal. Ubisoft. Do they have Ubisoft North? Is that a studio or something?
It's their cities. They're all Ubisoft, but I get what you mean, and I get how you're saying that Microsoft could help them like that to speed up the process.
And Forza too. Forza is another example. That comes out every 2 years. Forza Motorsport, and then Motorsport got delayed, but Motorsport. I think it did.
Motorsport
and then Horizon back every year, back to forth.
And that's two different studios.
Right.
It's Turn 10 and Playground.
Right, but a game of that franchise comes out every 2 years. That's my point.
I get you.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. I think to me the norm is like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, at least to my knowledge, I think it's like 3 years. 4 or 5, that's just making sure the game comes out perfect. You know, like you know, and no crunch at all. And I don't think 3 years is a crunch. You know,
How it
but
should be.
Yeah, how it should be. Well,
4 or
yeah, if you
5,
think
I think
about
it's
it,
too
if you
long.
think about like the Bethesda games, if you think about Sony first party studios, like think about when's the last Naughty Dog game, when was the last Bethesda Softworks games, when was the last Halo game before Infinite, like things like that. Like the times are increasing, and but then again, you could pick studios like you just did, like Turn 10 and Playground is a good example.
That's
But
great.
yeah, and Assassin's Creed is like dozens of studios, but
And Gears of
um
War.
yeah, what was the time between Gears 4 and Gears 5, and then how long until they do a Gear 6?
Yeah, I know Gear 6. That's gonna be a while, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, the point is, I believe they could do it too. They're gonna need a lot of support, but if they will do it, they could do it. But will they do it? I don't know. I do
Oh,
think that
okay.
they want to keep it annualized. I do think they want to keep it annualized, but would that be the best for them? Probably not. Because I do agree on the burnout. I do agree on like the quality of the games tanking because they're like rushing to the finish line.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much. Like we're talking about Call of Duty a lot because it's like the most influential game from this buyout, I believe. Like I know World of Warcraft is on here. I know Overwatch is on here. I know Diablo's on here, but it really is Call of Duty, right? Like is huge. Is huge. And they've been
It's
consistent for over a decade and they've never delayed a game. Call of Duty never got delayed and it's been out
you know they
every
should
single
have.
year. Yeah.
Black Ops should have.
They will
Hands
give
down.
you 10 expansions, 10 content packs to download before they delay a game. But
that's crazy.
that's been on my mind. It's just
Yeah, because when you think about it, well, first of all, Caroline, did you want to comment on anything before I continue? Based on what Tony just said.
No, I'm a little in the middle because I do think that 3 years is the optimal time for development, but I would like to see a finished, perfected game released. And if that means that it takes 4 to 5 years for the game to develop, then, so be it because of how technology is advancing. One of the things that I did read up on was an interview with VentureBeat, and it's from the CEO of ActiBliz named Bobby Kotick. And he's the guy that's under fire because of all of those lawsuits and stuff like that. But in this interview, he mentioned how Activision Blizzard lacked the digital expertise when it came to like machine learning, data analytics. And he said there was kind of like a void in a lot of their developmental strategies. And because of that, and Microsoft is like one of the leading factors in those developmental strategies when it comes to machine learning and data analytics. So that was like one of the reasons why there's like that specific price point. I think it's what, like 7 point something billion, was because some of that was knocked off because Microsoft is going to come in and do like a restructure work of their infrastructure. And it's because Microsoft has that developmental expertise. So I don't know if that's going to mean optimized development for their games, like as if they're going to make them faster or they're going to make them like perfection level. Like we're going to see completed games, but it definitely does look promising for the future.
and also speaking of Bobby Kotick, their stock was at like extremely low.
Oh yeah.
Activision Blizzard stock,
Super
so
low.
that's why they got it.
At the price.
From what
they
I've been
did.
reading, apparently this was on sale. Apparently,
Yeah,
this was an on sale price.
Yeah, that's the only
discount.
reason.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for this whole sexual harassment and
Allegations
and all of that, they would be like, there's no way they would have been bought out. They would have still been primetime, big boss, level kind of thing. But this whole situation with their stocks and with their reputation too, that's what made them take a big hit.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I truly believe that too. I was like, man, I believe this only happened because it's really a disaster what's going on, and especially I read like there's even like walkouts from developers,
Oh
and
yeah.
and also that's why Warzone is still a mess, and Vanguard has been a mess. It's been a mess for over a month now, since they released their new update and the new Warzone map. Like, there's a lot of glitches, and it's just so bad, and developers has not fixed it because the mess is going on over there. Even though Activision came out and promised that it will be fixed, but we don't know when is that.
Well,
Um,
now Xbox has to promise to fix it.
yeah,
But
Yeah. In an article with like Eurogamer, um, Phil Spencer made a comment when all of that was going around about how they would be like, because of what was coming out about Activision Blizzard, they were going to be reviewing and enforcing their own company policies against sexual harassment and gender discrimination. And a lot, like, I haven't read into it in depthly, but you don't hear a lot of people working under Microsoft or Xbox gaming specifically that they're under gender harassment or discrimination or things like that. They have a pretty good reputation and a good relationship with themselves in terms of the executives and the people in charge, and with their player base, like with their consumer base, versus what we're seeing with Activision Blizzard. So it's really a saving grace for the employees and the developers of Activision Blizzard that this happened, because now those same sexual harassment and like really human relations policies that are in Xbox are now going to be implemented in Activision Blizzard, and that's what they wanted the whole time.
yeah, and and I'm also just so relieved at this news because of that, because I can't imagine being a developer working at Activision Blizzard, right? All this craziness going on, and just mistreatment of the employees, and a developer is like, man, this is a horrible work environment. I really want to quit. It sucks working here. I get treated poorly and stuff. But I need this job because of my family. I need this job because I need to make a living at the same time. So should I quit or should I not quit? And then boom, Microsoft comes in and like the hero, and hey, you belong to us now, and we won't treat you right.
hopefully, yes.
Hopefully. Well, I think, I mean, them buying Bethesda, I don't hear any complaints. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, the way that I see it, I think Bethesda has been run like pretty solidly on their own for a long time, and Microsoft just
Yeah.
saw them as very competent developers and like, hey, we want to buy you just to expand our portfolio. But I think, yeah, they're looking at Activision Blizzard thinking we have to go in and fix a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it could be
Especially with
anything. Yep.
especially with the agreement that Bobby Kotick would be stepping down as CEO after the acquisition. That's
He did?
already a huge. He's going to. Currently, he is CEO, but once the acquisition is finalized and complete, he will be stepping down as CEO, and the Activision Blizzard employees will be reporting to Phil Spencer.
So there's no CEO for Activision Blizzard other than Phil Spencer now.
Yep.
Not right now.
Not
but
right
it
now.
will be.
Not
No,
right
no,
now.
I know. After
Yeah.
the deal.
But
But it wasn't just him. That's the thing. Like, they have to go in and completely
change up a
reorganize.
lot of
I
things.
was gonna say, what about the board? Because right, there's a board in Activision Blizzard, right? So you think Xbox can go in there and just kick them all out? That this is our seats now, like Boba Fett, and just kick them all out. The board,
That's a possibility. Now that they're owned by Microsoft, that's who they're going to answer to. So
Yes.
why would you need a board of a company if, like, why would you need the existing board if now they're going to answer to this new board? That's the whole point of being purchased.
Love this.
I'm not too familiar with that. I just know that there were other offenders, and it was like the heads of the individual studios, it wasn't just Bobby Kotick. It was,
Yeah.
The head
like
of
other-
Sledgehammer Games. I do
Yeah.
believe.
and a few
I forgot his
others. But
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
want to
in
know what they're
Blizzard.
going to do about them. Are they going to be replaced? Like,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be replaced. I think
I'm-
Phil Spencer will be like, "You're fired!" And just,
Yeah, fired.
Yeah, just kick 'em
fired,
out.
but that's why
fired.
there's a lot that they have to fix going in with, changing
They
in
gotta.
whatever they mentioned, like the company
Mhm.
cultures between each studios, and then the company morales. And you need to find the studio heads that have the same vision or like a better vision and can actually lead these teams. And I'm very curious to see what kind of games, how they're like, what's going to be their roadmap, what's going to be their work structure now going forward, because a lot of change has to happen now at
Definitely
individual
think
studios.
that the first step is going to be to increase morale in the company, because I just, as an outside looking in from the perspective of it, Phil Spencer was a pretty big and outspoken person when that whole mess came out about Activision Blizzard. So that already gives
Well, there was a funny quote about that. I don't know if you're going to bring that up.
I can't remember it exactly. I could look it up if you want to give me some cover time. But
I'll tell you, because it's funny, because as soon as the whole Activision Blizzard thing just exploded on the news, these outlets that were asking, like Jim Ryan, what's your partnership going forward with Activision? They're asking Phil Spencer, same question. I forgot what Jim Ryan said, but Phil Spencer basically said, we're reevaluating our relationship with Activision Blizzard.
That's what it is.
We're reevaluating, and then now everybody finds out, dang, well,
they
didn't know that meant that they were
reevaluated.
going to buy them out. That's a new relationship.
I feel like this is very similar to the Disney 21st Century Fox acquisition, where it's like, you know what, we're just going to buy you. We're just going to buy you and take on all of this and fix you ourselves kind of thing.
It is on that level.
That's what they need to do. They need to implement some hard human resources guidelines and professionalisms here, because Xbox has a great reputation just on the surface of, there's sexual harassment is never okay, even in its minuscule scale, and I'm sure it happens in the scale, but you don't hear these big scandals of things like that. They have a human relations, at least with Xbox. And in terms of gender discrimination, there's none of that. There's women working on staff since way in the beginning of Xbox, when the original Xbox was being developed. So that's not present in their work culture, that you can already see from the outside looking in. So it's great that to me, it's great that they are the ones that were able to acquire Activision Blizzard, because I really do think they would be the ones to implement good and stable change for these developers.
I hope so. I just hope so. And I'm feeling positive about it too. But I just wonder how it's going to turn out and how long it's going to take, because this isn't an overnight change either. I do wonder how long it's going to take to get them on a good track.
Yeah, but Phil Spencer again. Phil Spencer brought back up Xbox. My man.
Yeah, he did.
He could do anything.
That's our boy right there.
If he brought it back from the darkness of the Don Magic era,
disaster.
Do anything.
Disaster.
In 3 easy steps.
In 3 easy. I was gonna say
3 simple steps.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, so he's gonna go in Activision and he's gonna do 4 steps.
Yeah.
Step 1, fire Bobby. And step 2. Yeah, and this is like a movie. Just talking about it, it feels like a movie scenario. Like.
In what way?
In what way? As in, like this Empire, man, how poorly they treated their studios, Activision, Bobby, and legit, like he was, he should be fired. He legit did illegal acts and criminal acts, and he still is CEO of Activision Blizzard because he knows, he has friends on the board and stuff. And,
well, he owned too big of a portion of Activision Blizzard to be fired.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's crazy,
Yeah,
and he should be, though, just because he owns it and he brought it to where it is now today, But my man he's evil, Praise God. And now you got Xbox, and you know what? We're gonna buy the company.
I could fix it.
Yeah, exactly. I could buy the company, and you know what? We'll get rid of all you fools, all your evil. We're gonna purge the company, and we're gonna make it to what it used to be, And it sort of reminds me of Dodgeball, where at the end, a Trader Joe, what was it? They bought
Joe's gym.
Average Joe. There you go. Yeah, they bought the other gym,
the Global Gym.
Global Gym. Thank you. Yeah, they merged it. It feels like that.
So which was Average Joe's and which was Global Gym?
We got a Photoshop Phil Spencer on Vince Vaughn.
Carl, which was Average Joe's and which one's Global Gym?
Average Joe's was Average Joe. That's a gamer tag. Yeah.
No, it is Average Joe's as well.
Yeah, it's Average Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, your boy is your boy Carl's tripping right now, man.
Yeah,
All right, I'm
yeah.
gonna
A little
confuse.
bit. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But Average Joe's, they were the good guys. They were they were going bankrupt, so to speak, and then they had to play in the dodgeball tournament to win the money. And Global Dream was trying to buy them out or something.
Oh no,
Or they
I
were.
remember that. But I'm saying which one is Average Joe's, Xbox or Activision Blizzard, and then which one's Global Gym?
Xbox is Average Joe, and then Global Gym is like Activision
The little
Blizzard.
underdog, the we could do it, the $2.5 trillion company is Average Joe's.
The
And
underdog.
Global Gym.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
That's what I wanted to find out. Which one of these two mega corporations are Average Joe's?
well, Activision, yeah, Blizzard was Global Gym. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And and then yeah, like Xbox, aka Average Joe, won the tournament, and then boom, they now own Global Gym.
Good for them. The little company that could Xbox.
He kind of looks
Yeah,
like
I see
Phil
your point.
Spencer.
But sorry, listeners, you see here, I see a picture right now. It's just of Average Joe, dressed like Average Joe's. Oh, it's perfect. But yeah, really exciting. I'm so happy to hear this news, and they're gonna purge the company. And again, I can't wait to see. Obviously, we spoke a lot about Call of Duty, but I'm really excited from this acquisition. I truly believe we're gonna see other IPs.
I
Especially
hope so,
now
man.
that they
That's my
have
biggest.
Yep.
they
Yep.
will.
So-
They have the creative freedom now. Again, that is Xbox's like model. Every studio they own, like Ninja Theory. You guys could do whatever you want, and you have our financial backing. Same thing with Bethesda. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and Activision, they're gonna do the same thing. And again, it's crazy, and this leads to my next point that I wanted to talk about, because now if you think about it, oh my goodness, with when Microsoft purchased Bethesda, and they own before the acquisition of Bethesda and Cinemax, they own Obsidian, and arguably, they make some of the best RPGs of all time. I mean, they made KOTOR, right, and they made
Yeah.
some legendary stuff, and then and Outer Worlds is very good too, very outstanding first person RPG. Now they own the Fallout, the creators. I'm trying to remember the studio name, but Bethesda. So
Bethesda Softworks.
yeah, the people that made Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, which people say that's like the best RPG, excuse me.
The Todd
all
father
time.
himself. Todd
Exactly.
Howard.
Exactly. And Elder Scrolls. And then you got Avowed coming. So it's like literally Microsoft with their studios underneath their belt, man, they own the best studios that makes the best RPGs. And now with this acquisition, now they own the best shooters.
Yep.
The studios that make the
Yep.
best shooters. I mean, with ID, for example, I mean, again, they own Doom, one of the best shooters around, ever made. And Quake, and then Rage or whatever. And now they have Raven Software, Affinity War, Treyarch, like these studios that Demonware, that they make killer no pun intended, but killer first person shooters. Like it's crazy to think about that Microsoft owns the best studios that make the best RPGs and now the best first person shooters. It's crazy. And I think literally we spoke about last year, early last year, I mean, all three of us spoke, was because you had Battlefield coming out in October, right? You had the new Call of Duty Vanguard, and then you had Halo Infinite, and we had a discussion. Okay, what's gonna take the first
throne,
place?
the crown.
The throne, the crown of the best first person shooter, right? But it's crazy, where Microsoft was one of those spots. Now they're both of those spots. Because I think honestly, and I think we could agree, or if disagree, please don't be afraid to voice your opinion here. But hands down, Halo took that spot.
Absolutely.
Because Call of Duty, even though I thoroughly enjoy Vanguard, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoy it more than Cold War, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. Battlefield is a disaster, still is right now.
Oh yeah.
Vanguard didn't
Yeah.
sell a lot. A lot of people, or it just underwhelming sales according to Activision. And then Halo, it's it's good. It's amazing. It's fun.
So good.
Yeah, not saying that they don't have any problems because they need more maps. They need to they are currently fixing the whole store, which
They need to fix Big Team Battle.
Yes, also
Yeah,
that.
that's just unplayable. Pretty
But
much.
the core gameplay, you could get into a 4v4 game like Oddball, whatever, Slayer. The game is solid. It works. Especially the campaign as well. So now the year after Halo Infinite, boom, it's not complete until the year 2023. Microsoft now owns again Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? And they have ID. They have, oh my goodness, all these studios. That's it. Like they own the best shooters. You know what I'm saying? And RPG. It's just crazy to think about.
Doom, Wolfenstein, Halo.
Yeah, how did I
Call
not
of
see
Duty.
Wolfenstein? The Call of Duty, Deathloop, which was a game of the year.
Carl, we're talking about the
nominated.
best shooters, not like mediocre
Yeah,
shooters.
but Dishonored is good though. It is good.
No. I'm kidding, but these are the biggest names. The biggest names. Doom, Wolfenstein, Halo, and Call of Duty.
Soldier of Fortune, though?
Hopefully.
The biggest names, Carl.
Caroline, please pray for it, man. I really want to Soldier of Fortune, please. Listeners.
But yeah, that's incredible. Now they have a strong presence in RPGs and a strong presence in shooters. Well, they always did. Xbox was even criticized for being just a shooter box when it was Halo, Gears, and Forza for many, many years. But now they have a varied portfolio. But now it's
bangers.
Now it's a sense of pride that they have all these great shooters. And yeah, we got to see Sony's play now because
what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. They have incredible games, but their market is third person action adventure games.
But they got everything. Yeah, at least for me. I said
you just go to Game Pass and they have a little bit of everything. It's so widespread and diverse. It's amazing.
Yeah, they have lawn mowing simulator. That's
Goat simulator.
Yo, I legit. I think the other day I saw farming simulator. I was thinking about playing that.
It's on there. It's on.
You want to learn how to farm?
That's right. I want to plant some corn.
Obviously, I didn't teach you enough.
Did you even start?
No, but that's why I want to play farming simulator. I want to learn. And now I can learn how to drive a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You can drive planes now. You know what I'm saying? Like Game Pass is one big educational.
Why do you need to go to school anymore when you have Game Pass?
You don't.
Exactly why.
You could earn your pilot's license, or you could live.
That guy from Fire Festival. That's what he did in the Fire Festival documentary. He just did everything at Microsoft Flight Simulator and then took the test.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's in the Fire Festival documentary.
No way. What?
This guy who's like, oh yeah, I didn't study for my pilot's license. I just played a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that prepared me for getting my pilot's license.
Yo, that's crazy. I want to play that today.
You never know which flight you've been on where the pilot got his Microsoft Flight Simulator experience.
I was say that's probably why my plane got canceled.
Hey, same here, man. Chicago's beautiful, by the way. Very beautiful.
Yeah, we're on the Microsoft Flight Simulator flights.
Yeah.
Praise God. No, it's crazy. Oh my God, guys, it's so crazy. Microsoft. And don't get me wrong. Amen. Like I want a PS5 if I could find one. Got one this year, but I can't wait for this deal to finalize. I can't. It says that it's awesome. Okay, I feel like I'm all over the place. It sucks that for beginning. All right, 22. Happy New Year. Your boy got sick for 2 weeks, but after the 2 weeks, I'm feeling all good and well. And to hear this news, I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. But now I'm like, oh, because this deal doesn't complete until next year. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of sucks, but just think about it like a movie announcement or just like a game announcement. It's coming out next year. We know it's out. And dude, we're yet to enjoy Bethesda to its fullest. We haven't even had Starfield yet.
Yep.
That's right. Oh yeah.
I'm so looking forward to Starfield.
We're just getting started with Bethesda.
Yeah, and possibly the new Fallout, possibly whatever.
Elder Scrolls 6. We need an update.
Elder Scrolls 6.
I was thinking on the large scale after the acquisition, I wonder what they're gonna do with BlizzCon. I wonder if that's gonna be a continued thing or not
Yeah,
anymore.
because they still continue with QuakeCon. Matter of fact, they just had the QuakeCon late last year, right? Or wasn't it
I'm
in
not sure.
not late last year, but it was like the middle of last year. They had QuakeCon still, and they actually announced stuff at QuakeCon. So I think that's not going away. I think it's
Well-
literally funded by Microsoft now.
BlizzCon is a little bit different because last time, well, I mean, it was under management that was currently being, canceled, but the last BlizzCon was canceled. BlizzCon 2021. So it's
They
a
didn't
little
want to
bit,
show face.
yeah, it's a little bit up in the air, I think, the status of BlizzCon, but I don't know. With the talks that we've even been having about the possible, like, I think Tony and I had a conversation about possibly there not being like an E3 that viewership going down and things like that. I wonder if Xbox, with all of these studios that they've now acquired, will just do their own address.
2-hour show, right?
Yeah, of some sort. Or even if it's like their own, like, I don't know about convention with COVID and stuff, but like, yeah, like the way we have Nintendo Direct and Sony State of Play, like, I wonder if we're going to have our own little Xbox conference every year.
It's a shame that E3 is where it's at right now, just on its own, but also because Xbox would kill it this year.
Oh yeah.
And E3 last year, right? Yeah, they did kill
E3,
it.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were the
They
best
did
part of
well.
E3 last year. They took
And
the crown.
Nintendo.
But what Xbox has now and what they can show now,
Dude, I know.
they're just
I
getting
know.
started, man. Like
It's gonna be
Avowed,
crazy.
Hellblade 2,
Avelwed.
they
Avowed,
got the
yeah.
lineup. Redfall.
Yeah, did that get canceled? Delayed? I thought I read something like that today.
There's rumors that it's possible. It's not delayed,
Redfall.
but there's rumors.
Oh, damn, those rumors. Those dang rumors.
I'm
But,
looking it up.
yeah, and then, again, Activision has a lot
It's a
of
rumor.
IPs under their belt. Activision has a lot. So, if they give those developers creative freedom, dude, I mean, they will. I know they will. That's how Microsoft works. We're going to see a lot of games. Just, we
I
gotta
hope
wait.
so, because that's, again, like I was saying, there's like 6 studios under Activision, maybe more. I haven't counted them all. You can't have them all still make Call of Duty. Come on.
You're not.
Come
I
on.
know Bob's Toys, they're not. I know that for sure. I know Raven. I know they're gonna do their own thing.
High Moon.
I'm confident they are gonna do their own thing. Those studios. I'm just talking about like Infinity War and Treyarch. I'm curious about. I think
I'm okay if they
legit-
even leave Sledgehammer in there too. If they just keep the 3 and make Call of Duty, I'm fine with that. But
Right.
release the other ones from the shackles.
I want
Yeah,
some
I
more
know they are, yeah.
Transformers games.
I know for a fact. High Moon, Demonware, and Ravens, all those other ones. Like I know they're gonna be free to do whatever. That's why I'm not thinking about. I'm just thinking about what they're gonna do with Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Infinity War. That's what I think.
Still Call of Duty, of course, but we just have to know how many studios are going to keep on Call of Duty.
We've been pretty biased to Call of Duty. I mean, we also got World of Warcraft. That is such a staple.
That
in
runs
gaming
itself.
culture.
That runs
That-
itself at this
Yes.
point.
World of Warcraft is such a staple in MMO and PC gaming. That is such a monumental acquisition.
Yeah, and
Just-
StarCraft
Xbox
yeah,
and
One.
Hearthstone.
StarCraft.
Yo,
Yeah.
Hearthstone's a big one.
Xbox
Candy
One.
Crush.
Yeah,
You're
we've been
officially-
underplaying Candy Crush. That's actually probably the biggest moneymaker.
That's the biggest
Guys,
moneymaker.
yeah.
Do you
Whose mom doesn't play Candy Crush?
Who's my?
Name one mom.
Name one mother.
Name my
that does
mom.
You
not-
can't.
My mother's at level
All our
6,000. I think.
moms.
6,007.
Your mom is single-handedly funding all of Activision Blizzard.
Yo, my mother buys stocks at King. You know what I'm saying? At King Candy Crush. My mother, every time
Your
she
mom's a
does,
queen.
she drops
Yeah.
easy $50.
She's a
on
queen
like
Candy
live.
Crusher.
Yes, she's no lie. I think the last time I saw her, which was like, I think early last year, she was at level 6,000.
Did you tell her
6,000.
that Xbox bought King and therefore Candy Crush?
Yeah, I told her that, but I forgot to tell her Candy Crush because I didn't care about that. So I got to tell her that because oh really? That's cool. I could
She's probably gonna 100% it when it gets achievements now.
watch her
No,
buy
she's
Game
just gonna
Pass
open
now.
it up and it's just gonna get bloop.
She's gonna be all locked already. She did all of that.
Well, watch her buy Game Pass now, because one of the perks is going to be, you get a free microtransaction, free lives in Candy Crush.
Yeah, you get 5 lives if you log in with your Microsoft account. It's gonna call you up.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, my mother's obsessed with that game. Oh my goodness. I think because of the game, that's why she still eats candy.
I don't blame her.
Just to represent.
Just to.
Word, that's like.
That's the void that she fills when she's not playing it. She just eats candy.
All right. But I have a quick question though. Do you think that we could possibly see World of Warcraft come to Xbox Series X?
That'd be exciting.
PC and not next gen, but current gen exclusive. It was always.
I don't know. With the way that it plays, it would have to be revamped for controller, because you know how many commands and keys that you got to use.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but also consoles. The Xbox, even Xbox One, supports mouse and keyboard natively now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying they would either have to say mandatory mouse and keyboard, or they would have to give you the controller option as well,
or make it connect compatible, right?
Of course, and then you don't need any controller because you are the controller.
You are the controller.
No, but yeah.
On a side note, I want RuneScape on console. That's pretty easy to do. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. It's on mobile.
I want that game far away from them.
I can't. Jagex, if you're listening, bring it to Xbox.
Jagex,
Talk to Phil. Join.
All right,
join
so that's
the studios.
This console.
Join the studios, Jagex. We need
you. No, so all right. Well, you guys heard about like what I want, right? What the studios that I hope they make. Again, Soldier of Fortune. The other game, Singularity 2. Yeah. I mean, starting with you, Caroline. I mean, is there any games besides Overwatch 2? You already expressed that, but like any classics you hope that could be born again, remastered, remade, reboot? What do you hope out of this deal?
I want Transformers. I want my Transformers. Moon, right? Yeah, that's High Moon Studios. They did War for Cybertron, and I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, but they made 3. Yeah, they made 3 Transformers games, and they
Cybertron Rises.
Those games are so fun, and I just want them backwards compatible. Like I just, even if it's not backwards compatible, I would love to see a new Transformers games. They were the ones that went out there and were like, you know what? We're not just gonna make a simple beat 'em up Transformers game. Like there's this one on Game Pass right now, and it's just so blech. And,
which one?
Oh, it's like some. Hang on.
There's some really good beat 'em ups on Game Pass.
Oh, Transformers Battle.
Oh, okay.
Or Battle.
Yeah, Battlegrounds.
Isn't it something Grid?
I think it's just Transformers Battlegrounds. Okay. The Transformers games, they fall into a spectrum of like childlike beat 'em ups, and that's like what Battleground is. It's not even a beat 'em up. You're almost playing like Fire Emblem. It's like a chessboard, and you're just moving your character around the board and making them do actions, and like a board game style. And then there's also like just the games that are based off the movies that are not that well done. And so it's kind of like, But the High Moon Studios for Transformers, like Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, those were amazing games. Those were beautifully made, so funny. It was genuinely like watching the show of Transformers again, but it's a video game. It's applicable. It was so fun. It had co-op, local and multiplayer. It was just so great. I would love to see a new Transformers games be made. Just even if it's just one, I just want a new one. But yeah, other than that, Overwatch 2.
And you mentioned beat 'em up.
You mentioning that it just reminded me, because one thing that I was sad about is that for a short period of time, I do think in a span of less than a year, Activision had the Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 remastered.
Yeah.
And then Transformers, Fall for Cybertron and War for Cybertron remastered on the Xbox One and PS4. And then less than a year, it was taken down. The same thing with Deadpool. So they own those 3 games.
Yeah.
So I wonder with this acquisition, can Microsoft be like, you know what? Let's bring this game back. Let's bring these games back and let's put it on Game Pass. Let's bring these remasters back. I mean, because it was crazy. Because Fall of Cybertron, Wars for Cybertron, they ran at 60 frames per second. The remasters, and it sucks that they didn't renew the license, Activision. So now you can't buy them no more. And the only way to get those games legit is to get a 360 copy of those games, and they're not backwards compatible. You know what I'm saying? So that's sad. I would really like to see it come back digitally. I hope they renew the license for those, and even Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Thank goodness, I think even to this day, you can still buy Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 remastered for the PS4 digitally on Amazon. Amazon, they still sell digital codes for that, but not Xbox. So, just a little fun fact. And then, you can't buy Deadpool remastered, which sucks. Unless you buy it physically. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Another one that I really like, another game I really want to see, just new, is Spyro. I want to see some Spyros. I'm a big fan of Spyro.
Did you play the remastered trilogy?
Nope. I didn't buy it.
Now you'll get it on Game Pass.
Now I don't have to. Woo!
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, but yeah, I'm excited. I want some new Spyro. I want some. You know what I want? I want the Crash Bandicoots to come to Game Pass. I want that Fusion Racer one. I must have spent 60% of my childhood in that game. I played that game so much.
I always look at those games when it's on sale because I played a lot of Crash when I had what were they for? PS1 or PS2?
PS1.
PS1, yeah.
Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2, yeah.
I played it a lot, and every time it goes on sale, I think, should I get it now? Should I get it now? And I always put it off, just like the BioShock one. I'm like, should I get it now?
Mm-hmm.
And now I wait until it's on Game Pass. Now I will wait.
I still want a physical copy of those games, but they're always like on sale, $35. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even I want the Crash Bandicoot racing, kart racing, whatever. But Tony, did we hear your answer for my question though? What games you hope that could possibly be remastered, remake, or just rebooted with this deal that you hope to see out of this deal?
Yeah, I wrote a short list of dormant IPs because I saw a good list online. There's quite a few that Microsoft could play around with from acquiring Activision Blizzard. But I wrote some that just stood out to me, and we went over some of them, but Singularity is number one. If they just make it backwards compatible, that's all I need to be satisfied. If they do a remaster, amazing. If they do a part 2, it'll blow my mind.
I'll cry, dude.
DJ Hero.
I forget that.
We'll never get another DJ Hero, but it's just
no. We can't though.
No. The peripheral games are done, man. I don't know if people.
They got the money, dude. They got the money. They can do it.
Carl, they got infinite money. I know that.
Dude,
but
we thought this acquisition was impossible.
No, but Carl, the people don't care about DJ Hero anymore. The gamers don't care.
There's an audience, Tony. There is an audience there.
Us two is not enough, Carl. You and me is not enough.
What you need if they make it like an arcade game? Put it in Dave and Buster's.
That's smart. That would be nice. But yeah. No, but bro,
those turntables will be broken in a week.
No, there is a comeback though, because Rock Band 4 did sell,
but not enough, right? And there was another Guitar Hero, and now they're just like,
well, that was a disaster because they legit changed up the controller, and it's stupid when you fill a song, you have to like watch the whole intro of the characters going on the stage, and then the song plays. They messed up a lot, and I think it was strictly online only. Yes, yes, because it was more to its roots.
And not much better, right? Is like I bet it was good, but it just didn't. It's just nobody talks about it. I never heard anything about it since it launched. Is it still being supported?
Is it still being supported?
Yeah, with like DLCs or anything, or
I'm not too sure, but it does have plenty of songs added to it, like DLCs. I mean, and then of course they came out with Fuser not too long ago, and then we might never see Rock Band ever again.
Fuser, yes.
Fuser, that's the DJ one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you mix.
That's DJ Hero, pretty much.
Now that you say that's true. Yes,
yeah.
I'm pretty satisfied. But what sucks is because I think Facebook bought that studio now, Harmonix, and now we can never see another Rock Band ever again.
Oh, they did. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Harmonix.
But Microsoft they could bring back Guitar Hero or DJ Hero or both. They could do it. They could do it.
They definitely could, but is there a market for that? I don't know, Carl. I really don't know. It might have to be like some VR integration.
VR integration.
All right, and then we also mentioned Soldier of Fortune. I thought that was notable. It's a good game. Prototype. Will they do anything with Prototype again?
Prototype.
I'm sorry, listeners, if I screamed in your ear. I apologize. But to be honest, I was like, yes, I'm gonna talk about Prototype in the podcast, and this whole time, however long we've been recording here, that slipped my mind until you brought it up.
I'm glad I wrote it down then.
Yes, because
Prototype.
Microsoft owns Prototype, and the studio wanted to do a part 3. I'm not sure if it was stuck in
Oh,
limbo. Like they wanted
who
to
did
for
it? Do you know who did it?
yeah, Ratatouille. I'm not sure.
Ratatouille Games.
Ratatouille. No, it's. I think
Sorry?
it's Radical Games. I think it's Radical Games. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. I mean, I got the name of the studio here. I'm pulling it up right now.
All right, go for it. But yeah, Prototype. They
Right here.
have 2 games. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I sincerely apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you. RADICAO.
Oh, Radical.
Radical.
Oh, that's right. So Radical Entertainment. They're the ones
But
that
is
develop.
does that studio still exist?
Yeah. Microsoft, it says it here that they own it now.
Okay.
Well, when the deal closes. They
Okay.
still live.
So what are they doing? They're on Call of Duty?
Because they also I think so. But they also made the Incredible Hulk
Oh.
Ultimate Destruction
Oh.
back on the original Xbox and GameCube. So now Microsoft owns that. They own that studio, so it's just crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know
Sony
the
could
public.
keep Spider-Man. We have
Dude,
the
that would be
Hulk.
amazing.
No.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Yo, that'd be crazy, dude. That'd be crazy. I don't know why I talk like that. You just give me amps.
Yo, that'd be
sometimes.
crazy. B.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that's crazy, dude. Radical, man. No. So, yeah, they could do it. Well, of course, they would have to work with Marvel on that and get permission, but yeah, they own that game. So you please continue with your list. I'm
All
sorry
right,
to
I
interrupt.
got two more. I'll save the best one for last. Next one, Time Shift. That's under. At least one of them was published under Activision.
Time Shift, but there's only one game, Time Shift, right?
Oh, I thought there were more.
No. Time Shift. You're talking about the one that is like a dude in a silver suit. On the cover, you see he has like a orange or yellow visor, and legit, you could pause time.
Yeah, wasn't it that multiplayer one? And you could also like pause time and.
Yeah, you throw grenades. It's like a time
Yeah.
bubble. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was only one game of that.
Activision published that, right?
I don't know. I got the game behind me. I could look it up, or I could just look it up.
Yeah, just walk on over.
Yeah.
Check if Activision did that.
Yeah, but it's crazy though. Yeah, but I think you're right. Radical Entertainment did that. Well, what was the last?
Oh,
one?
are you seeing it?
Oh, I was gonna check. I'm typing it in right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just saw the list. I probably should have double checked it because there's some that I knew for sure. Time Shift, I wasn't sure. And as a matter of fact, the last one on the list, I didn't check, but it makes sense because we spoke about it and I vaguely remember it being part of the history of a certain game that we're very interested in.
Wow. But you want me to tell you? I got the answer.
Oh yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me. Confirm it.
So sorry. So yeah. So the developer was Saber Interactive. They're still around. They recently ported World War Z to Nintendo Switch. But it was published though. The game was published by Activision, then Verdi Games and Sierra Entertainment. So three
All right,
different.
so they don't own the IP then.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Actually, right here, I think it don't. Yeah. It was developed by Saber Interactive and published by Vivendi Games for Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, PS3. It was developed using the Saber 3D engine. Blah blah blah. So I'm not sure if Microsoft owns it. I mean, Activision owns it.
Okay.
Please continue.
All right, so this last one was very important, and you'll know. Definitely, I'm checking it now. Definitely published by Activision. True Crime.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that too. It popped in my mind, but I'm like, wait, United Front Games. But I'm like, no,
No. Yeah.
that's right, yo. Oh my goodness, that means Microsoft owns Caroline. That means they own True Crimes.
That means they owe me.
Now, hold on, because yeah, as soon as I saw True Crime, I'm like, okay, hold on, Carl. You know where my mind was racing to? I'm like, this is incredible. Maybe something can happen with this. But now I'm looking it up. Developers, Luxoflux. I don't know who that is, but I'm seeing their Wikipedia, and they're already like a studio that got shut down. So I don't know who owns the IP of True Crime. But Caroline, the reason why we're so excited is because Sleeping Dogs is a spin-off. Not even a spin-off, but it started off supposed to be a true crime series game.
True Crimes Hong Kong.
Yeah, True Crimes Hong Kong, because the first one was True Crime New York. And
No,
yeah, it just never went through. It just fell through.
that's the third game.
So
Sorry, the True Crime Streets of LA was the first game. The second game was True Crimes New York City, and then the
third one was going to be Hong Kong.
Yes, please continue.
But just, I guess by that point, Activision didn't care for it. I forget the story.
Their official statement was they felt like it wasn't going to be good enough. They canceled the game actually a few weeks before release. Yeah, because they felt their statement. They felt like it wasn't going to be good enough. Tony, please continue.
So then United Front Games, they wanted to carry on with this idea because they thought they had something special. So I guess they look for, or Square Enix finds them, but they go to Square Enix, and Square Enix publishes Sleeping Dogs. And it ends up being incredible. I think it's a cult classic now. Like anyone you find online loves this game. And so as soon as I saw True Crime, I thought, dang, could they do Sleeping Dogs? Could we possibly get another Sleeping Dogs? Oh, is that what that means? But no, because Square Enix has the Sleeping Dogs IP, like the name. So, and also United Front is not even a studio anymore. So all
that's
my dreams
so
are
sad
shattered.
to hear. Yeah, that's so sad to hear. But dude, they could still. I do believe, to my knowledge, that Activision does own True Crimes. That's their IP. That's why United Front Games, they had to find a different publisher, and they had to rename the game because that's Activision's IP. And yeah,
so they could make a game called True Crime. They could make
Hong Kong, and it could be a spiritual successor to
That'd
Sleeping
be
Dogs.
awesome.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility, and dude, that's why you had to be on the show tonight. You had to be, and Caroline.
This was my only opportunity to bring up Sleeping Dogs whenever I can.
Dude, yeah, but like who else can I talk about True Crimes with? Who else? Nobody but you, man. You're right. They own that IP. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like this acquisition is huge. Beside, and I'm a little. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. That if you look at the photo online, like Activision Blizzard is now part of Team Xbox, and they show a little bit of pictures there. But I'm like, wait, I mean, those are their major IPs, I guess. But there's so much more IP.
Yeah, they don't show a lot of them. I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's so much.
They show the active ones, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot more underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't even show all their big ones. Like they should have put Hearthstone on there. They should have put, because Blizzard is basically carrying the weight of all that. Because Activision just has Call of Duty, and then King is just Candy Crush. But yeah, they should have put more Blizzard ones on there, since they were, they're still active. But yeah, Blizzard is represented by what? Overwatch and StarCraft.
Diablo, StarCraft, World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Hearthstone is so huge. Well, I'm not following it closely, but I assume it's still pretty big.
Yeah, Hearthstone is pretty big.
Yeah.
And Blizzard is the one that's the most active with what's the term? Esports.
That's true.
All the esports.
I don't know how Overwatch is doing still, but I know Overwatch League was a big deal.
Overwatch League is pretty big.
Man.
Now, I have another theory, but I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up real quick, though, because I gotta remember the guy's name. Or, Caroline, you should actually know it, maybe.
What?
Who was, one of the heads of like the Overwatch team,
Jeff
and he
Kaplan?
ended up who?
Jeff Kaplan?
It's probably him. I have to see a picture of him.
I
He
heard
has
that.
glasses, kind of
right
like
now.
he has glasses, curlyish hair.
I miss him. He was the best.
So that's him. We're talking about the same guy.
Our daddy Jeff.
So we're talking about the same guy then. Is that a
I'm
yes?
sending it right now, just so you know.
Oh, okay. I just wanted you to say yes, and you keep saying Daddy Jeff. Oh, I miss him. So is this a yes?
Oh, so is that a yes? I'm sending a picture right now.
Oh, Daddy.
I need
Daddy
you to
Jeff.
confirm, but I do
Yeah,
miss
that's it.
him.
That's the guy I'm talking about. So he's gone now, and a lot of people had trust in him, right? Like I'm sure
Oh,
you can
yeah.
speak to this.
Oh yeah. Oh
Wait,
yeah.
he left?
He
Yeah,
left. He's
did.
gone. Yeah.
He's gone.
Too much pressure.
I have a
He's
theory that
He left mysteriously. He didn't give a reason.
it was pretty vague. I think he wrote like a very, non-emotional, just business, professionally.
Yeah. It was very short too. He was just like, "Yes, I'm leaving. Treat the new guy well," kind of thing.
I have a theory that Xbox could bring him back. That's my theory.
Oh, that would be the James Gunn comeback of the century with
Just-
video
Was there
games.
accusations against him or anything? Like,
No.
he just
no.
got up and walked out one day?
This had to do with what was
The-
going on at Blizzard. So just like the kind of like the not development hell, but just like the problems they were going with, and Overwatch 2. You haven't heard much about it, but I could imagine they're struggling as well with like finding out, their direction with the game and stuff. And I
Plus,
assume he left because of that.
They went through a lot in terms of upper management reordering because like they were one of the games that was heavily ran by people, like the people that were reporting to Jeff Kaplan were the ones that were being accused of a lot of the misconduct. One of the guys named Jesse McCree, who was there was a character in Overwatch named after him and they renamed him because of that. But Jesse McCree, who worked on Overwatch, he was one of the guys that like created that like infamous Bill Cosby room that was going around on articles and scandals and things like that. So Jeff Kaplan himself was not like there's no accusations against him.
He wasn't a part of that.
He
but-
wasn't a part of that, but it's easy to see that he left because of the growing culture, the company's mishandling of it, covering it up and things like that. That he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna step out. Like
You can imagine it's not a workplace he wanted to be around anymore.
Yeah, and also it could be like a ticking time bomb. The Activision Blizzard was already being sued by the state of California for everything that was going on.
I think that's still going on. That case.
Yeah,
I think so, going on.
it's going to be interesting.
But my prediction, and I don't have much to go off of, I just get the feeling that just like they brought back Joe Staten for Halo to like resurrect Halo with Halo Infinite, I think Phil and Xbox could bring back Jeff Kaplan for Overwatch 2.
Tony, from your lips to God's ears, because that would be amazing.
I think they could do it.
That would be amazing. Overwatch has not been the same since Jeff Kaplan left.
Oh boy, that's crazy. And well, we have about 5 minutes left of this episode.
Okay.
Do you guys want to talk or mention anything else with this amazing news today? Acquisition, any questions, anything? No rush. Even if it goes past 5 minutes, actually.
I think I'm good. I'm just mostly excited. What a time to be alive. This is great.
It is, definitely. I 100% agree, and I'm so happy, so blessed. Thank you, Lord, that I own an Xbox Series X.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
I'm really blessed. Tony?
Carl, I just want to thank you for inviting us to talk about this because this is a
Yeah.
very, very big moment in gaming, and I'm glad we got to, mark it down and document it and express our thoughts on it. So I just want to say that first, and then outside of that, just to wrap up my thoughts, I think I'm excited for the possibilities because again, I don't really play any of these games that they're making right now at all, but there's a lot of talent here, like a lot. And I hope Xbox takes advantage and they do what we're talking about. I hope they revive these dormant IPs, and they just go to each and every studio and say, "Hey, is there any ideas bouncing around in your head that you want to work on?" And we'll fund you. We'll fund you on that. What do you got? And I hope a lot of these studios could start working on what they want to work on. And yeah, I don't like Call of Duty, but keep making Call of Duty because I know a lot of people like it too. So.
Well, would you keep your promise on that? Well, first of all, you're welcome, and I should be thanking you guys for coming on to the show. Thank you guys. But you always tell me, is it on Game Pass? I go no, and then, all right, I won't play it. Or you always make that joke, but Call of Duty is gonna come on Game Pass. It's happening.
Right.
Would you play Call of Duty again when it comes to Game Pass?
No, I got to keep my dignity.
It's under new management, under new ownership. What are you talking about? And it's gonna be on Game Pass. You said you would try any game. You told me you would try any game.
It's still the gameplay that I'm tired of, though.
Yeah, but come on.
I think when Tony said specifically, "I'll play any game on Game Pass," Davey said something like, "Even Call of Duty," and Tony was like, "No, not Call of Duty."
But it's under new ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, this started way before Game Pass existed. I got tired of Call of Duty at Black Ops 1. That's when I dropped it and stopped playing it. And I got tired of the annual releases, and I got tired of the gameplay. So I'll tell you what, if Call of Duty skips 1 year, I'll play it. If it skips 1 year, I'll play it.
All right, cool. Ooh. So it's known here, the official announcement.
Yeah, I'll put it
Tony
here.
is going to play Call of Duty again because that's exactly what's going to happen.
We'll see.
It's not going to come out yearly. It's going to have more time in the oven. They're going to put some nice garlic on that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to marinate it. They're going to put it in the oven. They're going to make it brand new, delicious, coming out. Finger sucking, you heard?
Excuse me?
Finger sucking.
Good night, everybody.
Suck your
but I'll say, well, also, let me add a little bit more.
Yes.
This isn't going to happen, but I'm not counting a delay. If it gets a delay to the next year, which is not going to happen, that doesn't count. It literally has to skip a year. Like, hey, we're not releasing Call of Duty this year.
Right.
The next year or wherever. If there's 1 year minimum that it's skipped, I'll play it when it releases.
This will be exciting.
And Caroline, what about you? Are you when it comes to Game Pass, are you gonna be playing it? Is it possible?
I'll play any game if it's on Game Pass. I don't have dignity like Tony. I'll play any game if it's on Game Pass.
Yes. So guys, you heard it. All right, everybody's on the king. Well, that's all I want to hear. I'm sleeping good tonight.
I'm sleeping dogs tonight. I'm done.
No, but again, I want to thank you both so very much for coming on the show. This was an amazing conversation. So good. Time is flying by. You know what I'm saying? Like, just talking about this. When I heard about this morning, again, I was super, super hyped. That's all I thought about all day. I had to, it's crazy. I had to watch my younger sister, and I was like, "Oh, you hungry, Rachel?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." And I just thought about just this acquisition. Like, it never left my mind, basically. And again, and Tony, you bringing some revelation, oh my goodness, that's right. They own the True Crimes IP. They own, just these classic games, DJ Hero, we spoke about Singularity, like it's so much more. Prototype, that's a big one. That's a game I owned for 10 years and I still didn't beat it. And I'm talking about the first one. And I had the second one as well. Yeah, so I got to get to work on that. Matter of fact, that's going to be another episode of mine. I was going to talk about games, a little preview here. Talk about games that I had for over 10 years, and I still never beat. Yeah.
I wonder how much you could talk about games that you haven't.
I might have to make a part 3 or 4 of that kind of episode, to be honest. But stay tuned for that, guys. Hey, man. No, but yeah. So, listeners, if you have any questions and our topics, you want us to talk about here on the show, you can send your questions at twgpquestions@gmail.com. Make sure you write question at the subject bar, and also leave your name so I can properly address you here on the show. Also, you could stay tuned to True Way Gaming Podcast on YouTube. True Way Gaming Podcast is the name of the channel, so you could stay tuned to that. Also, you could send your question and our topic, or just say hello to me on Twitter at True Way Gaming. As well. And then, guys, Caroline and Tony, you've been on here at the show before a couple of times, but you guys have your own show and your own network. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find us on Instagram. And well, first, our show is called Elbow Nudge. We're a movie-centered podcast. Not just movies, though. We have shows and documentaries, things like that. But we primarily deal with movies. You can find us anywhere you stream a podcast. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, Google Podcast, anywhere. You can also listen to us on YouTube. We have social medias on Instagram and Twitter. And we're always at Elbow Nudge. So you can find us at Elbow Nudge.
Awesome. That's all. Is anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, please download Sleeping Dogs. If you haven't played it, it's a great, great game.
Hey, you know what? I agree with that.
Please
guys.
tweet at Matt Booty for another Transformers game, please.
Yes, or yeah, and bring the remasters back. That's what I want. That's
At
what I
Matt
want.
Booty.
Those games are so good. All right, so
At Booty.
At the Booty.
is it really
Bonanza.
hashtag like at booty?
No, I think he's like
No, it
At
should have
Matt
been,
Boot-
though.
he's at Matt Booty.
It rhymes with Matt. Might as well have been at.
At Booty.
We're a bunch of big kids here. All right, guys. So yeah, so I love you guys. Jesus loves you. My name is One Way Soldier, and starting with you, Caroline. You okay? You crying? Let's try that again. So, yeah, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. My name is One Way Soldier, and Caroline.
Oh, Caroline.
Yeah,
this is your cue.
What am I supposed
You say your name and then we just leave.
All right, for the last time.
to
Hold on.
say my name?
Take 3. God bless you guys. Jesus loves you. My name is One Way Soldier, and Tony, starting you.
And I'm Tony.
And I'm Caroline.
And this is the end of our transmission. Pew. Outro.
Outro.
Craig, take us out.
Outro. Download Sleeping Dogs. Download Sleeping Dogs. Download Sleeping Dogs.
Wait, I forgot.
Is this like a Download Sleeping Dogs ASMR?
Sleeping Dogs. Download Sleeping Dogs.
That's it.
Download